Hi Libra, welcome to my channel. My name is Kem. So today Libra, you guys for your meditative session got the unicorn. Indulge your creative, imaginative, and magical side through some form of artistic expression. So I've never really got the unicorn card in meditative session. It's really exciting. Well, then I got the death card next to it. So I honestly think that something might have ended, something might have happened in your life, especially if you're a feminine. I could read this so many ways. So just like have some patience with me. I'm getting so many things. So one thing I'm getting is like something might have ended in your life and it is transforming you, right? And I feel like through the pain, maybe some of you are feeling pain, maybe some of you are feeling sad at this time, or something about this loss has changed you as a person, and they're telling you to kind of like express yourself artistically, right? So that pain that you feel, you can put it somewhere, right? The hurt that you feel, you can put it somewhere. Another thing I'm getting is like one side of you kind of has ended and you're kind of opening up to a new side, and that's a positive thing, right? We always want to grow. So again, I feel like they're telling you you're growing into the unicorn, right? You're very special, and through this ending, it only makes you like more special. It only like puts you in an even bigger state. So there's a lot of things going on with this, but I definitely feel that another thing I'm getting is like, if you're masculine and you've had an ending with a feminine, they're telling you that you can also express yourself artistically. So for everybody, it's going to have a different meaning. Everybody's going to have like a different way to look at this, but there has been some sort of ending that instead of making it something traumatic in your life or making it something that holds you back, it's supposed to actually push you even further, right? Especially artistically. So you know how like artists, musicians, I feel like the best albums for my favorite musician come when like they're in love, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that their music isn't good when they're not in love. I'm just saying their music is way better when they are in a relationship. It just is what it is, you know what I mean? I'm talking about Lana Del Rey. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but yeah, like Lana, I feel like when she's in love, her music is like on another level. And like even right now, I feel she's kind of doing her own thing and she's single, but I just feel like when she's in love, her music is like on another level. So that's what I'm getting. Like this can actually be a good thing for you. This can actually help transform you. This can actually be something that spirals you in a new direction. That's actually really positive, but only if you allow it to. So that's what I'm getting, Libra. Let's pull some cards. So Libra, something here ended, right, between you and someone else. This is like with that death card, the coffin. Again, there we have a father and the mother again. So you're coming up twice here, Libra. You're coming up here as the feminine energy. I feel like I'm talking to a feminine, and then you have the mother here. So it's clear something ended here between the two of you, right? We have the 10 of Swords twice, the 10 of Wands, the 10 of Cups, so a lot of endings. And I feel like it was the feminine who might have ultimately ended this relationship with this masculine, because we have the Queen of Swords and the 9 of Swords. So yeah, and then we have the 6 of Wands in reverse. So I feel like the masculine energy really felt, I think this ending between the masculine and the feminine has really hurt both parties. It's not like one person feels more pain than the other. But I feel like ultimately who is the one that was like, you know what, I just can't have you around anymore. I think like it's best if we stop talking. I don't really want to be friends. I just think it's best if we kind of do our own thing for now. I feel like that was the feminine. Could have been or it's kind of like the feminine is like, you know what, I don't want to deal with this anymore, or whatever bad behavior this masculine was doing. It's like the feminine was like, there's something here that the feminine did by cutting this masculine off, you know? And I feel like that caused a lot of pain for this masculine, a lot of anxiety. Another thing I'm getting is like, if the masculine was not acting right, this caused a lot of anxiety for the feminine, and the feminine ultimately cut this masculine off. You know, it's like, I'm not going to be dealing with like behavior that I don't really think I need to deal with. So whatever, there's been an ending. And I feel like these two have tried to talk about it, but when they tried to talk about it, I feel like the masculine energy was in the wrong energy. So if this is, I don't know how much time has transpired, but there's definitely been an ending between a masculine and feminine, right? And when there was a chance to talk about starting again, when there was chances, there's been a lot of chances to like renew this, to try again, to fix it. Yeah, I feel like the feminine maybe has like reached out, because this fell on the feminine side. There's been emotions and intellect in reverse, right? And then we have the King of Cups in reverse with the Ten of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles. So yeah, every time there's been communication about this, someone has been very imbalanced emotionally. I feel like it's the masculine, because they're only looking at the pain that this has caused them. They're only looking at the fact that like this isn't anymore a thing. They're not listening to their intuition. They're lost. You know what I mean? So anytime like you two have spoken, I feel like this masculine has been in another place. You know what I mean? You know when I say in another place, it's like someone is still hurt. Someone is still looking at what happened. Someone is still just like stewing. That's what I feel like, stewing. Like, you know when someone just sits there and the air, like, and steam comes out of their head because they're just so upset. And this person is not in their energy in any type of way. I feel like maybe the reason for the breakup in the first place was because this person was acting imbalanced. Like the masculine's coming up, the feminine came up upright twice, but the masculine has come up and the feminine came up upright here. So the feminine seems to have been right. Again, you could switch the energy if you're, you know, the feminine or the masculine. But I feel like with this masculine energy being reversed here, the masculine energy being reversed here, I feel like the masculine has a lot of like responsibility to why this ended. And I feel like that wanes on them a lot. Like that makes them feel very guilty. That makes them feel really bad. That makes them feel even more responsible for ending something so beautiful. And I think that really hurts this person, because with the unicorn, I feel like that's kind of what this relationship was. This relationship was something that was like kind of a once in a lifetime thing. And I feel like the masculine is feeling really responsible for that. So I feel like anytime you try to talk, if whoever's moving on, like you're both kind of moving on towards a new beginning with the Ace of Wands, but with emotions and intellect, I feel like you're both hurt. You're both finding it hard to move forward. And I feel like another thing I'm getting with this is like anytime you guys have spoken to one another, the masculine is just here dwelling in low vibe energies, right? And they're very imbalanced. So even if you wanted to start to try with this person again, this person's not in the right energy to start anything with, because they're like in a low vibe, right? So I feel like the feminine, you know, the feminine here is also imbalanced. I don't think it's necessarily the same way that the masculine is, because the masculine is coming up as the King of Cups in reverse. So the masculine's imbalanced within. I feel like the feminine is just kind of imbalanced on the 3D. Like the feminine stays upright. The feminine is okay. Like they're not losing anything, meaning they're not kind of like, how do I explain this? They're not doing anything that would make them seem, you know, that they lost, you know, the balance within. They're still, you know, standing upright. They're still trying to be strong. They're still really trying to like get through this. But, you know, they are sad with the Nine of Cups in reverse. They feel the pain. They feel like, you know, this was a big loss in their life. Like, again, they're still upright though. You know, they're not letting this like turn them into what the masculine is allowing it to happen. Like the masculine is allowing themselves to turn into somebody that they're not. Whereas the feminine is staying who they are, even though they feel really unhappy. Do you know what I'm saying? There's a difference here. There's a very big difference. It's like the masculine is allowing for the external to impact the internal, and the feminine is very much externally like suffering. Like everything is kind of different for this person. It kind of seems everything got flipped upside down. They're not happy. They're sad. You know, they don't want to kind of venture out. They're a little afraid, but they're still remaining who they are. There's a big difference. So I think that's going to matter. That's going to matter, because it's like they're not changing. You know what I'm saying? They're staying who they are. Whereas this masculine is just in and out, like up and down, changing every 5 seconds because they're hurt. And it's not like, I don't feel like one person was hurt more than another. We have every single 10 here. So again, this came to like a crashing halt with the coffin. But this was a relationship that at one point was very beautiful. So it's just like a really sad read. Then we have like 3 10s at the end here, you know, 10, 10, 10. This was a 10 of Cups energy. This was, you know, this was everything. But it's over. And another thing I'm getting with this is that, again, it's not like one person suffered more than another. I think both were hurt. It's just both people are taking it two different ways. The feminine is, I feel like, just as upset as the masculine, but the feminine isn't allowing it to change who they are, whereas the masculine is allowing it to change who they are. They're changing within their hurt, and they're reflecting that. So every time these two have a conversation, I feel like it pushes the feminine further and further away, because the masculine is just not who they remember them to be. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's actually really sad. But there is something here at the end. So I don't know how much time has to elapse for this to happen. I don't know how long ago the two of you broke up. Again, everyone has like a different story and a different timeline. But what I'm getting with the ending here, I have a lot of cards at the end. What I'm getting with the ending here is that someone is, again, changing. I feel like it's the masculine. Someone has changed who they are. They're not themselves. This is someone who's being inauthentic, right? And then the tower moment happens, right? So I feel like this person, I take the tower like either way, up or down, it's the same shit to me. I feel like the tower moment happens for this person where they're kind of remembering, like, I think they're also getting some sort of, with a 5, that's a challenge, right? And I feel like with the tower, that's even more of a challenge. That's more of a wake-up call. That's what I'm getting. This person's getting some sort of wake-up call. And I feel like it's about the breakup with the 3 points in reverse. And with that, they're realizing that I think they have power to kind of fix the situation, but it's only if they're acting upright, right? Balanced within. Acting like how they used to act before all this happened, because this breakup has really affected this masculine's energy in a very negative way. And every time I feel like these two have communicated, it has really like made it worse, right? It has really pushed the feminine even further away, because it's like, even if the feminine wanted to work this out with this person, they can't, because this person is here. Like, you can't work something out with someone whose heart is turned off. See what I'm saying? You can't. So the feminine knows that, and the feminine is like, I guess this really is over, right? Like, even trying to work on this, I feel like these people have tried to work on it. So I feel like this is somebody who broke up, and then there's been conversations about maybe getting back together, but the feminine notices that the masculine is, turned off and not acting in the best way. So it's like, how are you going to work on a relationship with someone who's in this energy? You can't, right? The heart has to be turned on. That's the first thing that has to be like working in a relationship. So the masculine, I feel like, is realizing that, and with the Chariot, I feel like they're going to try to make a move forward. Yeah, because I feel like they realize that the feminine is the star for them. But yeah, look at all this energy. This is why this person has been in Hangman. So I think this is going to take a long time, to be honest, because the Hangman, I feel like, takes time, right? The Hangman is like when someone gets stalled for a little bit, because they have to fix something. And what does this masculine have to fix? Every single card for this masculine is in reverse. The King of Cup in reverse, the King of Pentacle in reverse, the King of Sword in reverse. The only one that's upright is the Chariot. That's them, I feel like, realizing that the only way to kind of fix the situation is to fix how they're acting, right? And this is someone who, I feel, if everything is in reverse, the Emperor's in reverse, the King of Cups in reverse, the King of Pentacles in reverse, the King of Swords in reverse, this is someone who's lying. This is someone who's unstable. This is someone who's emotionally manipulative. I mean, this is a lot of negative energy that this person has to turn around, and that's a lot of, that can be a long time, to be honest, like that could take time for this masculine. But yeah, they have to let go of the things that they're holding on to. I also think they have to value what they had and realize that that was worth something holding on to. So there's a lot of energy that has to be kind of switched here, and them getting out of the 5 of Cups is the biggest thing, like getting out of this depression, getting out of feeling sorry for themselves, getting out of feeling like, okay, like the relationship's over. Like, they have to really like change their tone here, their tune, whatever. They have to change it, because the feminine is someone, if we were dealing with an Emperor and Empress, these are two people who know when someone is not acting in the right energy, right? This is not a page, this is not a knight, this is not a king or queen, this is an Emperor and an Empress that we're talking about. So an Emperor and an Empress can tell if someone's not vibing like the right way immediately. It's an innate knowing. Like, I know, or especially if you know your partner. Right? If you know your partner, like if they're acting how they always used to act, or if they're acting very different. So I feel bad, because I feel like this masculine, the ending of this has really like hurt them, and it has really changed them. And now it's like, well, we can't be together if you're gonna act like this, right? So the feminine, that's what I feel like happened here. It's like an ending, then two people try to talk and work it out, but the masculine here is just not acting right, and the feminine has to move on, and it really is then an ending. So now with this 5, it's like a challenge and a conflict for this masculine to kind of find themselves again. So now I want to know like what's going to happen here. So I'm getting someone kind of sneaking away. I'm getting a lot of things. I'm getting like one thing that this person, someone here is trying to kind of sneak away. That's what I'm getting with the Hermit and the 7 of Swords. It's like someone's traveling through the night, someone's trying to sneak away. This person could be in a relationship with someone else and realize like they have to kind of, that this isn't working out for them. You know, like they're putting in work with the wrong person. That's one thing I'm getting. Another thing that I'm getting with the 7 of Swords and the Hermit is that if this person wants to heal, they have to truly heal, right? You can't get past the Empress without really healing. So I feel like this person might actually try to like pretend like they're healed and actually like, you know, say, yeah, like I'm better, everything's fine now. And I want to put in work, but in reality, they haven't really done the work. So again, the Empress is going to know if this person is actually like being real or not, if this person has healed or not, if this person is coming out, you know, as the true Emperor or not. Another thing I'm getting so many things. Another thing I'm getting is that, you know, the feminine might for a while be kind of unstable after this relationship, and it actually might affect them too. And again, this is like, you know, this is what happens after breakups. I feel like everyone kind of is like flipped upside down for a little bit. And I think the feminine, I feel like the feminine here might just be, you know, unstable in a sense where, you know, they maybe even keep trying to put in work with this person, but there's no point because this person, again, hasn't done any healing. So it's like, you know, I'm trying to put in work with you and you're not healed. You're not doing any work for yourself. So how can we ever work this out? You know, I just keep seeing like until the masculine tries to put themselves upright, this can't work. Do you know what I'm saying? And then even the feminine has to be upright as well. So yeah, then the feminine, I feel like, starts putting work in themselves, right? With Justice and the Empress. Yeah. But what is the masculine gonna do? So the masculine might be leaving something behind. I think they're leaving behind all these faces in reverse, right? To start a new beginning. I'm not sure if it's with this feminine, but they are going to try to fix like what they can about themselves and walk away from bad energy that they themselves were like exuding. And I feel like that is going to lead them to their new beginning. Same thing with the feminine. I feel like the feminine is going to like put in work in themselves because maybe they themselves are at one point acting like not who they really are, acting like someone they're not, you know, acting like someone who is hurt and acting like someone who has a problem when in reality that's not who they truly are. So even the feminine, I feel like, falls here a little bit. But I do feel like, again, the masculine, it's saying, is going to walk away from these behaviors and try to start again. Now, it could be with this feminine, it could be with someone different. All right, so when I was pulling from the other deck, what I got from the masculine was bad health and then marriage. So there seems to be like kind of this change that the masculine makes again, and then they move forward in their life. Again, I'm not sure who this person is moving forward towards. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I do see them trying to make a change in their life and make changes and move forward towards something new. Again, this marriage could be between this Emperor and Empress, or this could be with someone else, to be honest. That is what is kind of expected from this masculine. Now, with expectation from the feminine side, I feel like this is like an expectation from the feminine that this masculine will return one day better. This masculine will return one day in a better energy. This masculine will return healed. This masculine, just how this feminine turned, you know, they were in reverse for a little while. They kind of fixed that behavior. I feel like they expect the masculine to do the same thing. You know what I mean? I feel like it's more work for the masculine, to be honest, because the masculine came out 4 times in reverse and the feminine has only come out 1 time in reverse. So it's definitely, I think, more of a challenge for the masculine side. But with bad health, I feel like that's exactly what we're talking about. Like these trials that this person has to get through to, like, the behavior they have to leave behind to have this new beginning. Again, if they want the Empress, they have to act the right way, right? So I do see like them ending up in a higher level of commitment. I'm not sure if it's with this feminine. This is a 10 with expectation. So again, this could be the end and the beginning, right? With the marriage. So yeah, at the very bottom of the deck, we have distant horizons. So this talks about traveling, right? To like foreign places. This talks about like changing perspective. I feel like this is also like awakening, right? Going far, starting somewhere and then ending up very far from where you started. So I think that could be for the masculine, right? Like starting somewhere very imbalanced and ending up somewhere very balanced in their life. Again, this could just be like someone is going to travel. Maybe this is the feminine going to travel and this is the masculine getting into a higher level of commitment. Maybe this is this masculine traveling very far inside, right? Like doing a lot of work within to come back to a good place because that's what this person expects from them, right? So it really depends on this masculine. I mean, it also depends on the feminine, like what you're willing to accept from a person. And for the masculine, I feel like it's what you're willing to put, how much work you're willing to put in to be the right person. And again, there is no like being the right person and you're the wrong person. It's not like that, but it is also like you can't be unbalanced, you can't be emotionally manipulative and expect to get an empress, right? You can't. Same thing with like you can't be a liar, you can't be someone who's unstable and then expect to get someone who's the epitome of stability, right? So it just seems like, yes, the feminine has a lot of expectations from this masculine. Maybe the masculine will go travel to see the feminine one day and be in a different spot, and this will enable them to get married. Again, there's nothing really set in stone with this read, you know? There's nothing really here that, I mean, I can't tell what's going to end up with these two people. I just know that the masculine and feminine are going to go through trials to kind of fix, you know, the energy within them. And if they can do that, then maybe this could work out. So yeah, guys, that's what I'm getting. Let's pull some advice. It's interesting that we have distant horizons and the uniform because, again, I feel like this is all about dreams and fantasies. So again, I feel like this relationship was really like something that was magical. It was like almost on another level. And I just think that, you know, things fall apart so that you can put them back together again better than they were before. And it's really a test to these two people if they can do that and then like come back together. Yeah, so with Owl Spirit, number 7, you see clearly now. This is about divine timing, right? And when is it going to be that you see clearly? And I feel, again, I think there was really an effort to try to work this out between these two, but it's just, you know, when someone is not in their heart space and someone is in their ego, right, and in their fear, they can't work anything out. So I feel like there has been attempts for these two to reconcile and it never worked out because someone was in a low vibe and then maybe the feminine even got in a low vibe, and it's just, you know, one thing after another. But with Queen Esther, the morning star, my ego is in service of my soul and I trust my soul's divine timing. Someone else got this card this week. I don't know who it was, to be honest. Maybe Leo. I'm not sure. It doesn't matter. With Queen Esther, the morning star, again, my ego is in service of my soul. So yeah, I think that's something that this masculine has had to learn. Again, it could just be the masculine energy within two people, right? But that's something that has to be working for you, not against you. And I trust my soul's divine timing. So you see how we have a lot about like divine timing here, and the divine is playing a big role here. And it's like two people can come together. There is potential for them to come together, but only when they, you know, allow themselves to kind of put themselves upright again and fix, you know, the energy within them. So this is a very long journey. That's what I'm getting with Distant Horizons. This is a very long process. This isn't something that happens overnight. And again, if two people are meant to be, then they'll be together. So I don't know who this is for, but I see a long time like elapsing here, but I do see a lot of potential because, again, it's if you guys, I see potential because it's there. You see clearly now, right? This is here, so it's green, so it's talking about the heart chakra. It's talking about putting balance back into yourself before you try to work it out with this person. And then again, I feel like you guys are each other's star. I get that with the morning star, and you have to just trust your soul's timing. So I think you guys were meant to kind of trigger one another in a sense. You could be that type of partner where you're supposed to trigger the other into, again, because the feminine expects a lot And I feel like the masculine doesn't like that necessarily in the beginning, and his ego is like, well, you know, I can get someone who doesn't expect this much, and that might be exactly what they go and do, right? Because it's like, oh, you have a lot of expectations from me and I don't want to deal with that, so I'm going to go deal with someone else. But again, I feel like this masculine is going to come around. Do you know what I'm saying? And again, if they don't, they don't. With marriage, if they don't walk away from this behavior and they decide to walk away from this relationship and start something new with somebody else, then that's what they decide to do. They could honestly remain in bad health, in this bad energy, and get married like that, you know, get into a higher level of commitment like that, and walk away from this relationship and walk away from expectations. And that puts the feminine in a new, you know, on a new journey, on a new quest, on a new timeline. So it's really like, I don't know what either person's going to do. It's up to each person what they decide to do. I do see the feminine becoming upright. I just wish I knew more about the masculine. I kind of want it to be like the two end up together, but I don't know. It really is dependent on this masculine, like, fixing them. I see the feminine fixing their energy. Does the masculine? Amazing. I was like, if I don't get the emperor upright, I'm gonna cry. Like, if we begin and end with this masculine on, you know, in reverse, that's gonna say no. But he came up upright. Thank you. I do feel like this person is gonna see that the block was the imbalances. They're gonna see that, you know, there was an imbalance in their heart with the Queen of Cups, and they're gonna come up upright. So thank God. So yeah, I do see maybe this being a happy ending for both people. So yeah, guys, I love you. I hope this helps, and I'll see you guys next time.